Hey YouTube, it's Friday. So that means it's the mail week pickup video. So we got a couple of different things there. This isn't quite all of it, but it's most of it. So you'll get a chance to see that in a second. I'll show it to you. A nice little variety of stuff. One quick programming note I'll make here right now, and I'll do a video on Saturday, kind of to remind you. We're going to be doing a chill live stream, a hobby live stream with my buddy Ameet. He'll be coming back on the channel so that we can do a nice little live stream. We've got a couple of topics we're going to be talking about, but it's also, as usual, open to questions. So if you're there for the live chat, you'll get a chance to see it. It's going to be on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Hopefully I've got something on the screen there showing it to you. And then if you follow my Instagram, basically you usually will get reminders there, and I'll put it in the stories and all that good stuff, just to let you know when it's going to be on. And as usual, questions are fair game. So if you put a question down here in this video that you might, a burning question you have for the hobby stuff, we can definitely answer that. And on the next video, I'll give you one more shot to put it in there as well as on Instagram. So you've got about three or four different ways that you can get a question to us if you're not going to be able to make it to the live stream, and then you can watch it on the replay. Or if you do make it on the live stream, certainly you can ask the question at that time in the chat. We're usually pretty good about following up and answering questions as we can while the chat's going on. Anyway, like I said, a couple of different things, a little bit of a variety. First one is going to be a little lot of Juan Sotos, so I did pick up some more here. So the first one is a pair of these Instant Impact from Prism. So this is the base card to go along with some of the parallels I've already got. I showed you some the other day in one of the previous mail days. So I still need the base card, so this is going to go probably in the binder to go along with some of the other ones. So a pair of those that came with this lot all together. This card as well, it was also part of that lot. This is a 2020 Absolute Baseball. So this is the blue parallel. It's actually pretty cool looking. I like some of that, the way the foil works out. It's a nice looking card. This one's not numbered, but it is a neat card. So that was part of the lot as well. And then these also, all part, like I said, of the same lot for the regular 2020 Prism. So we've got another copy of the silver. Always nice to have one of these, but this is another extra. Then we've got the purple, and this one's unnumbered. Purple Prism. Very cool. And then we've got the Cosmic Haze, which is always a favorite. In its different iterations, it's kind of nice. Go along with the purple. And then we finish it off with a lime green, and this one is numbered to 125. So lime green. And numbered to 125. So pretty nice. I just pick these up where I can, just because the different color prisms are fun to put together and pick up. There you go. A couple more for the collection there. And then this one I would say, as far as the Juan Soto is, so this came from a different lot, but this one is certainly a highlight. One thing you may have noticed recently is that I do enjoy my gold versions of the Juan Sotos. So this is from 2020 Select, and this is from the 25-man insert. So there's the gold version. Check out that shine. Really nice. So this one there is numbered to 10. And one thing I actually noticed, so you'll notice this is 7 of 10. And I included this on my Instagram, so you do get previews of a lot of the pickups for the week on my Instagram if you check it out. But I noticed that it was 7 out of 10, which didn't strike me right away. But then I remembered, and I went to go take kind of a group shot. I wanted to show it off with some of my other golds. Like I said, this is 7 out of 10. And it's a complete coincidence. I didn't do this on purpose, but... So that's the 25-man. Let me put that back there for a second. Then we got the Instant Impact. Like I said, I picked up a bunch of these in a lot. And that one is also 7 out of 10. Again, total coincidence. But then we got this one that I picked up a little while ago, the Numbers Game. Also Prism Gold. So that's a select in the middle, Prism, and then Prism here. And this one is also 7 of 10. So triple sevens. Kind of interesting. So 2 Prisms and 1 select. But nonetheless, the shine on that is excellent. So hopefully you can get a sense of that. Pretty cool. I like that. It's always nice picking up a group of these where I can. Very cool additions to the collection. The Juan Soto little mini PCs coming together rather nicely. This next one here is kind of cool. So now we're getting to the hockey section here. So this next one here is part of a project that I'm going to be working on. And you can gather pretty quickly what it is just from the project itself, from the card. So this is 99-2000 Black Diamond Piece of History. This is the stick cards. So this is Martin Brodeur to get things underway. So there's a level 1, level 2, and level 3. I might be on the lookout for some of these level 1s. And there might be some that are on the way. Not today, but I may show more of these in a future mail day. But nice way to get things started. There's only 20 cards in the set, which isn't too bad. There are a couple of name players as well, in addition to Martin Brodeur. As we go along, we'll get there. So that's a start. Next couple of cards here are also from projects that I'm working on. In addition to my regular Medano collecting and, some Juan Soto, I also want to work on some other little projects, especially for some 90s stuff. So 99, 2000, the Black Diamond piece of history would kind of count as that, but so does this. This is 97, 98, Black Diamond premium cut. So this is Joe Thornton. In and of itself, not a big deal, but when I combine it, let me grab it over here just to get my hands on it. But when I combine it with a small stack I had from before, it's kind of nice. So this is about half the set right here, and this one is one that I was missing. But I can say that on ComC, I probably have the rest of the set to finish this little mini set. And since I love 97, 98, it is kind of cool to put this together. So at some point I may do the double diamond and triple diamond, but one step at a time. I needed this one in order to potentially fill out the set. On paper, I have completed the set. And when I get the other cards in, I'll show off the whole set in its entirety. But just another card to get out of the way there as part of the other little side projects. And one thing that I'm a big advocate of, hopefully you can gather from my videos, is that I'm a big advocate of give yourself a little flexibility. Medano is my main collection, always. But at the same time, it's nice to have these little side projects to work on, because otherwise it's just going to be a steady stream of your player or your team or whatever set you're working on. And it does get to be a little bit of a grind, and you can definitely get burned out on it. So that's just my general advice to you. Have these little side projects. You don't have to kill yourself doing all of them, but it's nice to have these little other things to work on. So this next one is also 97, 98 Black Diamond. And this is a triple diamond Medano. Those more astute of you would say, Carlos, don't you already have one of these? And the answer is yes, I do. I have the rainbow for this particular year of Medano. But like I said, projects that I'm working on. So I've started a couple of different ones, and I don't expect to finish them all at the same time, but it's something I'm working on. This will be part of a project that I'll show more about once I get more stuff in. Same vein as the Joe Thornton. Okay, so now with all that said, now we're going to get into the additions to the Medano collection, which is going to be the remainder of this mail day, because there's a lot here. So I want to show you some stuff. This next one here is 96, 97 Zenith, Pinnacle Zenith, and this is the artist proof. Now hopefully you can get a little bit of sense there. It's a little hard to see. Now I was a little curious about it because it seemed to be that it was a little bit hard to see, and it seemed like I had seen some where it was a little easier. But I went on searching on eBay for different pictures, and it does seem to be a bit of a mixed bag how the foil goes. But just for comparison and contrast, here's the base card, the regular base card. So you can see it's got regular kind of gold foil, and this one's got a little bit more of a rainbow foil happening. So cool card. And this doesn't quite constitute a rainbow. To me, 3 cards at the minimum is a rainbow, but that would complete the 96, 97 Zenith set for me. So another one out of the way, always nice. Just put that to the side. All right, next card is a nice Pacific Parallel. So this is 99, 2000 Aurora Premier Date. So this one is numbered 22 of 60. So a nice card to have in the collection there. So there's this one and there's a stripe version. Each one of them numbered to 60 as well. Same thing, they put premiere date, in this case, September 1st, 1999. I have to look into it a little bit more. I don't remember what the significance is of whatever they call the premiere date of it. But that is one of the parallels that they included in a lot of these late 90s, early 2000s Pacific sets. So there's Aurora, premiere date, 99, 2000. Put that to the side as well. Next one here is going to be 2000, 2001, I believe, Pacific, and it is the Pacific Reflections insert. It's kind of an interesting looking card. It's a little bit out there. You got a gigantic helmet there, and it's a little bit see-through. There hopefully you can see that a little bit. There you go. So then you got Medano's head kind of floating there in space. Kind of interesting. So pick that up on eBay, and then you got a little bit of foil down here. So kind of a cool looking card. Like I said, it's a little bit out there, but pretty neat. Needed that one for the collection. Next here is, I've been focusing mainly on playing days Medano, so most of these are going to be falling under that category. So this is going to be 2010, 2011, so this is Medano's last season. 2010, 2011 Upper Deck Hockey, UD exclusives. So that's the parallel, number to 100. So his 1 year in Detroit there, right at the end of his career. See there the numbering. Not the most illustrious finish to the career, but nonetheless, it was part of the career, and it is a playing days card, so I'll take it. There's another one off the list. These next two are more newer cards from 2018, 2019 Chronology, and these are kind of interesting as a pair. So this here is the Time Capsule. So Chronology Time Capsules. And these were actually tear cards, so you could actually rip them open. So you can see the perforated edges here. So you could tear it open and get different kinds of possibilities, autograph minis, original painting redemptions, etc., etc. So it's kind of similar to the 97, 98 Dare to Tear, obviously, but in a much smaller capacity. So that's the base card, so to speak. And then this is the Time Capsules Gold version. At first I was taking a look. In my mind, I thought that the foil would be the differentiator in terms of color, but they're both silver foil. It's actually just the border. You can tell, but it's kind of subtle. But there you go. The regular one in the back and the gold one in the front. And then on the back, you can tell as well because it's number 22 of 25. And they do change the coloring on the border there as well. Same idea. It's a tear card. Both of these are torn. So the out of 25 and then the regular quote-unquote base version of this insert. So 2 of those off the list as well as newer cards. And then this one here is a little bit mini lot. So first a pair of stickers. So 2003. And then this is the 2014-2015 O-Pee-Chee. So this is a sticker. You can tell because you can peel there. This one's a more conventional sticker. So this one is from 2003. Kind of neat looking cards. And this one, the year escapes me, but this is meant to resemble a set from the 70s. I want to say 76, 77, but don't quote me on that. I remember having cards similar to that with that type of design in the 70s. Okay, these next 2 are actually 2 different years, but the same insert. So 2002, 2003, I think, and then 2003, 2004. So I'm pretty sure it's consecutive years. So Crown Royale. So here's the first Lords of the Rink. And then this is the subsequent years, Lords of the Rink. Not a big fan of this uniform that they wore during that time, but I think this one's a little bit more colorful, a little bit nicer than this one. But both needed in the collection, so 2 different versions of Lords of the Rink from Crown Royale. These next 2 cards, I'm actually still working out how exactly I'm going to house them because they're a little bit too wide for a lot of the holders I have, but I'll show this to you. So this is, I think, 2008, 2009 Topps Puck Attacks. So this is from this kind of game here. So Puck Attacks. So that's the regular version of the card. And then this is kind of the foil version. So you can see there in the background, it's got a little bit of that going on. So it doesn't fit in the regular top loader. It doesn't fit in the wide top loader. I'm probably going to need some kind of extra wide holder or top loader for these. I'll figure it out. It's a neat looking card there with the foil as well. That's cool. And you notice there were 2 different sets of numbers there as well. Let me just quickly pull it back here. So you got 88 and 68. So 88 offense, 68 defense. And then the regular version is 85 and 68. So I don't know the significance of that, but it is kind of interesting. And then you got the 3 and then the 4. So I don't know. Don't know too much about this issue. I've got to look into it a little bit more, but interesting. Very cool. Okay, so this next one here is 2003, 2004 Crown Royale. And this is the Game Used Jersey Patch card. You can see there, you got a nice 2 color. Again, we're using the jersey that shall not be named. One other thing that I liked about the Crown Royale and Pacific in general is that they would use this little authentic foil stamp as well for a lot of the issues around the early 2000s and the late 90s. So these are numbered to 220. They're for the patch card. Pretty straightforward design. Neat looking card on the whole and a decent patch. Always a fan of that. That's always a good addition. This next one, I have to look up the odds. So what I'll do is I'll look up the odds on this one, and I'll actually put it on the screen there for you just to get context. But this is a Triple Threats insert from 2000, 2001 Upper Deck. 3 great players on the card. I just didn't know why this was a little bit more expensive. I assumed the odds were a little bit longer for it. So this is a Triple Threat card. Nice foil card. You got Steve Yzerman, you got Medano, you got Joe Sakic. It's a great looking card. But as I said, I assume this is maybe a case hit or a bit of a longer odd card, but 3 great players, 3 Hall of Famers. Triple Threats. All right, this next one is to close out a little mini collection I was putting together. So this is 95, 96 Upper Deck, and this is the Gold Electric Ice. And this is the base set where they did a replica of the first year Upper Deck where Medano had a rookie card that looked exactly like this. But this is obviously the Electric Ice version. I've already got the Gold Electric Ice. But then I've also got the regular Silver Electric Ice, so this is going to finish that off. 5th anniversary. Nice looking card. Another one off the checklist for that section there. Especially when I can get some of these 90s off. It's always a bonus. Next one here that we're looking at is we're going to look at 99-2000 Pacific Dynagon Ice. Now this is the copper version, the copper parallel. Got the foil there. This was always kind of an interesting design. I liked it. I remember opening a box of this. It was pretty interesting at the time. And then obviously numbered to 99. It's always nice as well, I will say, if you're going to have a parallel, it's nice when you design the card in such a way where you've got a very natural spot to put the numbering, rather than try to figure it out after the fact and just put the numbering somewhere. So on the front there, it's nice and clean. Doesn't get in the way. It's got a little bit of busy design, but it's interesting. And that's the back. So copper, 99-2000, Dynagon Ice. All right, so now we're approaching the main event here. We're getting to a couple of rare cards here to finish things off. So let's do this one first. So this is 2002-2003. Be a player in the game used. This is the franchise game used jersey, but this is the gold version. That's a basic design there. A little bit of gold accents here. So that's how you determine the gold version. And the way that Be a Player did its stuff is that would be the only indicator you'd have. So what happens is you'd have the silver version, and then the gold version like this. Obviously, it wouldn't be marked anywhere else. If you didn't know what you were looking at, you'd be like, oh, nice jersey card. But these are actually limited to 10 copies. Again, you can't really tell. But this next card that I'm going to show you, well, I'll have a little bit of a visual reference that I can use to help you. So you can see that. So let me show you the next card here. So this is same year, 2002-2003, in the game use. So this is the Teammates jersey card. And I'm going to show this one to you, and it came part of the same lot from the same seller. So again, it's the gold version. So it's accented here. You can see all that. Again, it's limited. And most of these memorabilia cards were limited under 100 copies anyway. So you got the Teammates here, and that's a gold version out of 10. But as part of the mail this week, I also picked up the regular version. So side by side, it's pretty clear cut. You got the silver and you got the gold. It's pretty straightforward. But that's the differentiator. So this is the regular version that's numbered to, I think, 60 or 70. And then this is the one that's numbered to 10. Well, I should say not numbered. Limited to 10 copies versus limited to about 60 or 70. So that completes that little mini subset group there. Slowly been chipping away of these over the years. But 2 more off the checklist. And that leaves us to our conclusion. Got a nice little card to finish things off. Always enjoyable when I can pick up one of these. Anything from the cup is always a nice little bonus to finish things off. Oh, actually, hold on. Before I get to that, I apologize. There is another card I wanted to show you just before I get to this one. This is kind of an interesting card. Not as rare as the one I'm going to show you at the end, but it is a very interesting card. Or I should say magnet. So this is from 1996. So this is a Maggers magnet. Let's see if I can show that to you. So this is a magnet. You can see it's kind of big. It's a little tough fitting it in the shot. But you can see there you got the thing, and it comes with the plastic here. So this would have been hanging on the rack. And then this is the 2-piece magnet sets, and it shows you the checklist of all the different players you could pull, or you could find there on the shelf. Does seem like, I think it looks like they sorted it by teams. So you do have there. So starting at Anaheim, you got Paul Kariya and Stellani going all the way. So when you get to Dallas, you've got Joe Nieuwendyk, Darian Hatcher and Medano, and Andy Moog. And then you get to Detroit with Fedorov. Pretty good. So yeah, mid-90s, this would be like a who's who, including, channel favorite, Ziggy Palffy. If you check out any of the live streams, you'll understand why that's funny. But also, in honor of Ameet, we also have Wendell Clark over here. So there you go. Good stuff. So that's kind of neat. It's a pretty cool looking picture from the time period. But like I said, it's when I knew the Maggers was a magnet, but I didn't realize the magnet was this size. It's a little much. I was actually very surprised when I saw it. That's kind of cool. I'm going to stick that back there. So there you go. That's a 1996 Maggers magnet. So I can just lay it down like that. Okay, that works. All right. So like I said, last card I wanted to show you. So it is from the cup. This one is from 2007, 2008, the cup. And this is the limited logos from the cup that year. These are numbered to 50. And this is the copy I picked up. I actually really like the design. Normally the design for a lot of these limited logos is they'll put the patch here or here and kind of work the player around it. In this case, they decided to go this way with a vertical design, and I think that's pretty cool. Nice patch piece, very nice and clean. The window is cut in such a way where it looks good. You got Medano there at the top, the numbering right there, no problem. And then the room here for the autograph is nice, and Medano signed a nice clean autograph on the whole. It pops pretty well. You can tilt it around a little bit. Actually, a really nice design. I really like that card. 2007, 2008, the Cup. Limited logos, Mike Medano. I'm going to adjust the magnet a little bit there. He's going to have to cut off his head. A little bit too tall. But I think this is how we'll finish things off. Pretty sweet combination. Some pretty good stuff. And let's grab one of these. Let's grab one of these for good measure. Why not? We'll grab one of the gold ones. So there we go. And that concludes this week's mail day. Like I said, if you do get a chance to check it out later on, like I said, this Sunday, I'll be meeting up with Ameet, and we'll be having a chat about all things hobby. Like I mentioned, if you include a question in the comments here, I can certainly include it in the broadcast, as well as any other questions in my next video, when I'll be specifically talking about and just reminding you about this stream. And probably we'll have one or two things to chat about, and then obviously on Sunday, we'll have the full live stream for any of you who hang around, and it will be available as a replay on the channel, as always. Thanks as always for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.